This is gonna be exciting. Added a JLT cold air intake, ported 18 manifold, set of long tube headers, took off the air raid intake that was on it. Let's get started. Hey, what's up? Brent from Brent Speed. 17 GT today on 93 octane pump gas with bolt-ons. So hey, this GT came in basically like a stock car with an air raid cold air intake, and it already had an SCT BDX programmer with a tune on it from another company. So I'll show you before run some numbers on what that car made here after we see what it does right now. But hey, if you haven't, please subscribe and notify to stay up to date. So we installed our ported 18 manifold and a set of stainless power long tube headers. I will put links in the description so you can read more about those parts and see how much they cost. And as always, you can email quote@brentspeed.com to see what that costs to get installed in this car. But let's make a couple back-to-back dyno pulls. You'll see the numbers. Let's overlay them, what this made before, and we'll talk about it. Just a couple other things on this car. I forgot to mention it does have the high flow cats. Sounds really good making pulls, as well as we did install 47-pound injectors because this particular client does have plans for E85 in the future, which is a very popular mod right now. But all right, before numbers. Car made 373 rear wheel horse, and the torque was 378. And we're gonna take a closer look at these graphs. And then with the ported 18 manifold and adding the headers, put our tune on it. First pull is 427, second was 430, and then 377 torque, and then 379 torque. So, Doug, if you don't mind, maybe let's look at these graphs right here. In my opinion, the 18 manifold is a good mod for more of a high RPM. It really picks up at 5,500. It doesn't do that bad in the mid-range versus the stock manifold. And even if you go back here to about 4,100, okay, before there was a hair more horsepower and just a little bit more torque. But below that, down here, is pretty equal. And then up top is where you really get the gain. The factory manifolds start falling off at about 6,700 RPM. It actually read peak horsepower at 6,500. And then I ran it out to about 7,400 out here. But my peak real horse was around 7,100, 7,000 RPMs. So, you know, there's a lot of opinions out there on the different manifolds available. It really depends on what you do with your car. A lot of you ask me, you know, is it a good option for me? Well, if you're looking for some mid to high RPM gains, you really can't go wrong with a ported 18 manifold. This right here shows how good it works. If you're someone that just drives around, shifting the gears at 2,000 RPM, you're in the city, you're probably not gonna realize, I guess I should say, much fun from that. But if you go out and rip on the car and you're the mid to high RPM guy jamming through the gears, you're gonna see good gains from that manifold as well as a set of long tube headers. So if you have questions, leave a comment. And then again, don't forget, subscribe and notify, and I will put details in the description on this car, the parts that are on it, and that's it. Thanks for watching.